We are going to have a break from a very serious lectures, and I'm Shmuel Levartovsky, as you said, local. I'm the head of the eye department of the Barzilai Medical Center in Ashkelon. Ashkelon is, if you continue to go south on the beach, before you hit Gaza, you go a little bit back, and then you see Ashkelon. So we are the closest to the Gaza Strip, and I'm going to tell you about my experience in the last 10 years of doing a humanitarian mission under the group, the Israeli group, which called Eye from Zion. And what is Eye from Zion? Is a non-governmental organization established about a decade ago by a businessman called Mr. Nati Marcus. We'll show you later this guy. And we had three objections. Giving care to ophthalmology diseases and surgery in underdeveloped country, expanding medical education, which means giving lectures, teaching, doing surgeries, bringing physicians here to teach them for a fellowship, and as a consequence of this, we supposed to be good Israeli ambassadors. We were trying hard to do this. Now the activity of Eye from Zion through these 10 years is quite impressive. Look at the numbers of countries that we have been. I haven't been in only a small part of this, but the moment the rumor spread out in Israel that there is an organization who is doing this kind of activity, most of the senior Israeli ophthalmologists were standing in line, really standing in line to be part of it. So we had to choose. And we insulted several guys, and as you said, we said next month, next year, or things like this. I'm going to tell you about my experience, and I was nominated to be the chief of Burma, Myanmar. How come? It's by chance. I didn't pick it up, but they say we need to go to Myanmar, so let's go there. And I didn't even realize how complicated is the situation in Myanmar, the political situation. This is a short history of this land, ruled by the British Empire till 1948. We found to be in good relations with them. They recognized us in 1955. There was a democratic regime, and then was a military coup at 1962, and which brought the country into a very bad situation. Then they were forced to do democratic elections on 1990, and you probably heard about the Aung San Suu Kyi, who won the elections back in 1990, but she was then put in jail, and they were cancelled, and there they were boycotted by the Western world, a big repression and demonstration, and then on 2008 there was an enormous cyclone that hit the area of the Irrawaddy, which is the the biggest river going from north to south, and there were about estimation. No one known exactly, but we were talking about 140,000 people were killed in this cyclone. And this is how we get into action. Because the JDC, it's a Jewish American Joint Distribution Congress, was established in 1914 to help the Jews all over the world and also in Palestine. They also took care of the refugees after the Second World War. They took care of my father after the Holocaust. When he heard that I'm joining them, he was happy. And they decided to help those people in the area of Myanmar that were hit by the cyclone. So we got a financial budget, financial support to go there. So the first arrow here, it's the delta of the big river where we start to do surgeries there. And here's the delegation. We were 6. To the right, you can see Mr. Nati Marcus. The rest are 4 ophthalmologists from 4 different hospitals, senior hospitals. And here it's the technician. You need a technician. He's a sales distributor. He was a sales distributor in Israel, and he joined also our group. Without him, you cannot do any surgery or anything. You need someone to support you technically. And of course, it's nice to volunteer, but you need to find budget to do this. Otherwise, it's almost impossible to do this. And you can see here that we had support of several organizations. Like here you see the JDC, the American organization. Up there you see our Red Cross, which is called Magen David Adom. Mashab is the section in the foreign ministry, foreign ministry that help other countries to distribute knowledge in the area of medicine, in the area of agriculture, and so forth. And there was the Embassy of Israel in Myanmar. Now, it is quite important to mention that without the help of the foreign ministry, we cannot do anything. I mean, they made all the connections, they talk with the government, and they make our path smooth in order that we can work there. Without them, nothing will happen. Now, it happened to be that it was an election year in Burma, in Myanmar. So it was quite easy for us to come because this is the Ministry of Health, and there is the Ministry of Tourism, and another general. It's the head of the army forces in this area, and it looks good if they are coming there. So I can say they use us for the coming election, but that's fine with us as long as they let us do the job. The patients were waiting in line. They were notified many days before that we are coming. It was well organized, and first we start to do the screening. And it's not easy. You have to know that only you can treat only 10% of the patients who are asking for help. Many patients are not fit for surgery. something that nothing to do with eye problems and so on. So you can help only 10% of the patients who are coming. We were working in big OR rooms. You can see that we were working in 3 beds. And we found many things that we didn't know. Like, what is this?
Fantastic.
My grandmother were cooking with something like this. But this is a sterilization pot.
And for potato.
Now, what you do if you need diathermy and there is no diathermy? This is a real diathermy. I mean, this is in the fire all the time, and when you need it, you can use it to do diathermy. Also, I learned to be flexible. I mean, the table doesn't go up and down. Forget about it. And you can't find the real chair, so you make a chair of 3 chairs. And if you notice here, he's putting his feet on a box of BSS bottles, like here. But you need to do the surgery. The electricity was not well organized as far as I know. I had to stand here and doing the surgery on the patients. And you can imagine when other physicians are watching me, once in a while someone is kicking the box and there is no light in the middle of surgery. And this is what happened to me in the middle of surgery. I mean, suddenly there was no electricity. And it happens a lot. In Burma they have electricity shortcuts, but they are well organized. I mean, here I'm doing ptosis surgery, and when something like this happened, the torch is ready and I can continue to work.
Electricity, but they're lighting you with the iPhone 7 or something like this.
No, this was a torch, iPhone 7. This is in 2009, no iPhone 7 at that time. And this is how I look like after finishing doing surgery in 32 degrees in a room without air conditioning. Now, this is real. I didn't put water on myself. Now it's good to have a PR for such a mission, and so we took a professional journalist with us who made the photo. And this is kind of things we took care. We took care of kids which are blind from congenital cataract, fix ptosis. I brought this doll from home, and I chose to give her this one after surgery. This is how she looked like after surgery, and they're appreciated, although I didn't even understood what they're speaking to me. Was impressive. This is the rehabilitation room after surgery. And I learned many other things there, like this is kind of a normal class, the end of the lesson, and this is the way the kids appreciate the teacher when they finish the class. This is something I think we need to put in every class, at least in my country. When they tell you to go to sleep in the afternoon, they go to sleep without hesitation. There is one synagogue in this place. Now this was in 1909, but since then we were still in contact with them. They consult us. They send me by emails difficult cases to consult with. And then I almost every year made another journey to this place. Fixing things that I haven't seen before, only read the books like blepharophimosis. And then we brought a lady doctor for 6 months for a fellowship in my hospital and other hospitals in Israel in the field of oculoplastics. She then became the best oculoplastic surgeon in Myanmar. And as I said, Myanmar was not the only place. We were also in Nepal. I've been in Ethiopia also, and we were also in the Maldivian islands. And here we faced something we didn't think that we are going to meet. Maldivian island is a Muslimic place, and someone spread a bad rumor about the Israelis, what they are doing to the Palestinians. And although everything was fixed, riots were started, and they had to take us away from the capital. And if you take a look here, we spent 3 days on a love boat until everything was coming down. It doesn't work. It's video. Okay, forget it. Okay, thank you.